Brexit campaigners have long argued that one of the key benefits of leaving the EU is the possibility of a US-UK trade deal, but this could be on the rocks as Boris Johnson has been warned he cannot meet Donald Trump's demands. Brexit came to fruition on January 31 as Prime Minister Boris Johnson delivered on his manifesto promise and got it done. The UK now finds itself in a transition period with the EU, until the country's full withdrawal at the end of 2020 with or without a free trade agreement (FTA). As the EU's chief negotiator Michel Barnier has locked horns with his British counterpart David Frost, the UK has been able to reach out and bid for other free trade deals, something being tied to the EU stopped Britain from doing before Brexit was finalised this year. But the process has not been straightforward and the much-touted US-UK trade deal appears to have hit a critical snag with China at its heart. The White House has repeatedly raised concerns over Chinese technology giant Huawei's role in the UK's 5G telecoms network, with US President Trump reportedly demanding Mr. Johnson cut ties with China altogether to secure any kind of deal. In January, the UK announced that it would give Huawei a limited role in the country's networks, allowing them a chance to bid for supplying up to 35% of the equipment for non-core parts of the network, but The Telegraph reported last week that the Prime Minister has now U-turned on this decision in the wake of the coronavirus outbreak. The rethinking of the Huawei deal is said to have followed a growing backlash among Tory MPs against Chinese investment and ahead of Mr. Johnson's visit to the US for the G7 summit next month. On the face of it, it could be a decision that puts the prospect of a US-UK trade deal back on the table. But Ministry of Defence insider Tobias Ellwood has explained why cutting ties with Huawei will not be simple or easy and Mr. Trump's demands cannot be met. He told Express, "We're doing a Defense Select Committee hearing for this exact reason, so people understand the bigger picture. It's not as simple as saying drop Huawei. The reason is we have 3 setups in the UK, we have BT and EE, Vodafone, and O2. BT and EE use Nokia and Huawei networks, Vodafone uses Ericsson and Huawei, O2 uses Nokia and Ericsson.